Oh la la, oh la la, buongiorno. It's over. It's over. The case, Leoni, it's over. It's gone. Liverpool came and said, what you want? 35 million. I give you 40. No, I give you 50, whatever we have the money. So Liverpool showed the money to Parma, and Parma said yes, and the player said yes. How do we feel about this? How do you feel about this? Because Leoni was supposedly one of the next generation talent in Serie A as far as defenders goes. Now, I am a little bit sad that he leaves Italy to go to the Premier League. But I don't know. I'll be honest with you. Like Leoni didn't play many matches in Serie A. I think it was like 17. He played 17 matches. He has potential. He can be a good gamble for Liverpool if he's actually gonna play because it's Liverpool. But nobody, no club in Italy will ever, ever, ever spend 35 millions. That's just the truth. Inter didn't make the move. Also because Parma didn't want players, they just wanted money. So Juventus was on the list too. We, as AC Milan, were on the list, I think, even if we probably never just tried. We just asked the price to the guy, to Parma, and they said 35, and we said no. Pretty much. We were never serious, I think, about Leoni. I would have liked, I'll be honest, to have Leoni because it's a young Italian talent. Would be nice to gamble that way as well. But we know the way that Milan does the market is we sell Ciao for 40 millions, and instead of getting one good or great defender for 40 millions, we get a couple of them for 20 millions. So you can tell me how much you want that the winter is amazing and is going to be the next whoever. Truth is that so far he's not. It's just like a low stakes gamble, pretty much. Okay, we hope he's gonna do great, but he's not that great defender that you can maybe buy with 14 million euros. They were talking about Kivior, but I'm not sure about that. When things cost money, we tend to not do those things. We got the winter and Akete. I have to learn the freaking name. Akete Kame. So we got two for the price of one. So we got 40 millions and we get these two. This is what we do. The only big move that we did was for Yashari. So similarly, we do believe in Yashari a lot. And I'm happy to see this kind of moves. So if I have to say that even if Milan is not, I mean, I wish Milan could do the market that Liverpool does. That would be amazing. That would be my ideal market. This one is the market that we can have with this management. I think that's it. I gave up on on anything, and I'll just wait for the next management, hoping that this one doesn't sell everybody in the past year, in the next year, right? So Leoni, it's it's a good defender, but now the question is, will he stay in Liverpool or will Liverpool loan him away? Because the other thing now in Italy is that Leoni gone to Liverpool and the Italian football system, blah blah blah. Young talents leave the country and all this kind of stuff, which like with the case with Donnarumma. Like now there's a case Donnarumma in Italy. Poor Donnarumma left out from PSG. Ma pur Donnarumma ma che pur Donnarumma ma che cazzo dici va? So sorry, Leoni, you get the same kind of national treatment, right? The truth is the guy doesn't have experience. Okay, so and that kind of gamble can be done only by clubs in the Premier League and Saudi. Okay, because nobody will ever spend 35 millions. It's not worth it. Even me. I'm saying that for us, for AC Milan, it's not a doable thing. We just can't. I wish we could gamble 35 millions instead of gambling 10 millions or 20 millions per player, but we can't. We can do one big purchase probably, and see what we get with 20 millions. Okay. And I know that I might sound negative, but to me, this is just the truth. In fact, if you think that I'm negative about things, well, actually, I am quite positive for the upcoming season. I think Allegri is could be the right coach for our season to at least try to fight for the Scudetto. So I am not just negative. I am just assessing the situation of AC Milan the way that I see it. Okay, whether you like it or not. Cazzo, we have loved Chic. We have loved the best Chic. What a Chic, my friend. But Liverpool is doing an amazing market. How much money did they spend? And they just got like Gehi as well for 40 millions. Now they get Leoni for 35. They keep buying players that it's endless. How much money can they spend really? How does this work? Why we can't spend nothing and in the Premier League they can spend so much money, much more? Because they earn much more money. That was the easy answer. Now Liverpool the past year also got Chiesa, and Chiesa ended up not playing because I think he said he couldn't adapt to the Premier League or physically he just wasn't good enough. So this is a thing that can happen to a player like Leoni as well. I hope it doesn't for him. It doesn't happen because Italy, the national team needs talents because the national team of Italy, I don't like our national team. We don't have enough you know, great talent. So I hope that he does good, but he could end up not being fit for the Champions League. So sorry, for the Premier League. If that happens, then you might see a return of Leoni to Italy as well. You know, a lot of things can happen. Now I see that Interisti are even more desperate by this thing because the Inter market is not really going on that well, in my opinion. Like they got some players, but they kind of stopped. They have a lot of targets, but they can't close. Like Leoni was one of those target the winter, but it's because they don't know who's gonna leave yet. And we're in August. Like Serie A is starting very soon, and I think Inter got Susic, Enrique, and Pio Esposito from the youth. But I can't remember if they got somebody else. But they're being pretty stale in the market because in the end, Çalhanoğlu is he staying because you know that there was that argument. Juventus is not doing very well. They can't sell. So we are kind of blocked in Italy in this way. The big teams, apart from Milan is one of the only teams that is actually, you know, moving. I think I can say that is moving well on the market despite everything. Apart for the striker, is a little bit of a question mark because now we have Santi and nobody else. Because Colombo is traveling Italy, and we also have the problem of Benasser and Adli. We have the problem of Okafor and Chukwueze, which are all players that we need to sell before we buy other players, because that's how it goes in AC Milan, right? I don't understand why Adli was put in Milan Futuro. They sent him training with Milan Futuro. But why? But just to lower the market value? Because I think Adli did well at Fiorentina in the past year. I did watch Fiorentina a few times, and Adli was being decisive. He was doing good. I don't understand why they just straight like pull him into Serie D, and now they can't sell him. And now Adli and Benacer are refusing other destinations. Of course, they are pulling the Origi. We still have Origi. It's amazing. That player understood everything. He has done nothing for how long now? 4 years, is it? 3, 4? And he's earning like $4 million. He is ruining our finances, and he's blocking the market because we have these 8 millions basically a year that we have to give to these players. Origi understood everything from life, you know. And of course, he's never gonna play football again, or he's gonna go into a really low tier club. I think because who would hire Origi? But that's amazing. That's amazing that we still could not solve this. Tare, please do something about Origi because we gotta do something about that. Try to sell Okafor. I think Leeds. It's interested. Chukwueze, I don't know what's gonna happen with Chukwueze. He might stay. I mean, Okafor and Chukwueze did a good preseason with AC Milan, but still, I don't know. I don't know. What other names are there? Like Ken, Moise Ken, Boniface. But I think Milan will, in the end, close for Oilund, even if, kind of doesn't want to come and it's kind of similar maybe to Santi. So that wouldn't make sense. Vlahovic is gone. So we have a few weeks now before the start of the Serie A, and the market is going to be closed. So I'm curious to see what the other teams will do because it's a stale market in Italy, and I'm sad because I want clubs in Italy to get more players, better players to raise the competitiveness of the Serie A, but that's what it is, and the only way is to get like really rich owners that spend a lot of money. I think that's that's what have to happen for us to win the Champions League again. But good night. I'm gonna go.